Hello there and a warm welcome to Superscreen News at 6, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Adenike Uweye Ajiboye. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has voided a clause 25 of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2018, which seeks to reverse the sequence of the conduct of the 2019 elections earlier announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Justice Ahmed Mohammed, in a judgment, maintained that the powers to organize, conduct, and fix dates for elections resides only with INEC. Justice Mohammed also said the passage of the bill, which seeks to alter the election timetable earlier released by INEC, was a breach of the Constitution and the doctrine of separation of powers. The judgment was on the suit by a court party, AP, challenging the legitimacy of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2018, to which President Muhammadu Buhari declined assent. Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bugada has sworn in 5 High Court judges and 2 counties of the State Sharia Court of Appeal. The governor, who urged the judiciary to stand firm and uphold justice without fear or favor, said, "Without justice, there would be no peace." Bugada also said the state must reform its laws, including the Penal Code and Criminal Procedure Code, in line with current realities. According to Bugada, the Northern Governors Forum have directed Attorney Generals and Commissioners for Justice in the region to undertake comprehensive reforms of our criminal laws and Code of Conduct procedures. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned the senator representing Delta North in the National Assembly, Peter Nwaoboshi, for alleged fraud of 322 million naira. The EFCC claimed that Nwaoboshi and Golden Otosh Construction Projects Limited purchased a property known as Guinea House at Marine Road, Apapa, Lagos State, for 805 million naira between May and June 2014. The EFCC alleged that the 322 million naira was transferred to the vendor of the property on the orders of Swimming Electricals Limited. The prosecution said the defendants acted contrary to the 2011 Money Laundering Prohibition Act and are liable to punishment under the law. Some members of the House of Representatives have described the payment of over $400 million for 12 Tucano fighter aircraft without the approval of the National Assembly as unconstitutional and impeachable. The lawmakers expressed their views after a letter from the presidency explaining the reason for spending the funds was read on the floor of the House. According to the letter, the money was spent in anticipation of the approval of the National Assembly. Although debate on the matter has been slated for a yet-to-be-announced date, the lawmakers insist the president's letter is an evidence of acceptance of constitutional breach. And away from this, President Muhammadu Buhari has met with state governors elected on the platform of the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) behind closed doors at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. A presidency source who spoke on anonymity to journalists said the item on the agenda of the meeting is how our governors would work towards the emergence of former Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole as the party's national chairman. The party's national convention, acquiring new members of the party's national working committee, will emerge has been slated for May 14 in Abuja. And now, ahead of the June 16 local government election in Rivers State, some political parties have commenced party primary elections to select their flag bearers. In Aquaria local government area, the immediate past publicity secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the state, Samuel Nwanosike, emerged the winner and chairmanship flag bearer of the party. The report.
In the build-up to the June 16 council election in Rivers State, Delegates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ikwere local government area came out en masse to vote party flag bearers for the 2019 council poll. After the conclusion of voting, the immediate past publicity secretary of PDP, Samuel Nwanosike, was unanimously voted as the party's chairmanship candidate. Nwanosike won the primary by scoring a total of 255 votes. Returning officer Professor Otuboyedia Obianime commended the people for their peaceful conduct.
Let us give thanks to God that we are in an atmosphere of joy, happiness, peace, and no rancor whatsoever. In some places they are breaking heads because of vote, but here we can see everybody is moving around, shaking one another in peace.
Chairmanship candidate of the PDP, Samuel Nwanosike, told journalists that the issue of security, education and welfare of the people will be his priority once elected.
We encourage our young ones to go into sporting, we encourage our young ones to go into academics. We will make sure that we rebuild a lot of the primary schools that have been abandoned by previous administration, because the state government cannot do it all. The little things we can do to support the state government, we will do them. We also make sure that those who live in the Ikwere local government have a reason to be happy that yes, there's a government that's working for them.
A total of 290 delegates participated in the PDP primary elections, which recorded 260 valid votes and 4 invalid votes.
The All Progressives Congress (APC) has inaugurated the screening and appeal committees for aspirants contesting for the May 5 primary to elect the party's standard bearer for the 2018 Ekiti State governorship election. The party's national organizing secretary, Sita Uzunaso, who inaugurated the committee, said the screening is mandatory for all aspirants. Uzunaso said the committees would rely on the party's 2014 guidelines for the nomination of candidates for public office in carrying out the assignment. Members of the screening committee are Timothy Silva, Dentin Ogbehi, Samaila Yusuf, Amina Gamawa, Ayo Afolabi, Bilyami Shinkafi, and Mohammed Mustafa. And now, in anticipation of the 2019 general elections, stakeholders in the country have raised alarm over the proliferation of political parties. The call on the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to propose an amendment of the 1999 Constitution and the Electoral Act to ensure only parties with a reasonable popular support have access to contest the elections. Convener of the Nigerian Election Working Group,
in the light of the foregoing observations, the Nigeria Election Working Group resolved as follows. 1. The number of political parties registered in the country is becoming excessive, and INEC has no legal basis to constrain the process because of successive Supreme Court judgments have compelled INEC to register almost all applicants.
To be discouraged from participating in the coming elections. And now, former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, has described the inclusion of a private conversation between him and the former Minister of Finance, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, in her book as being in poor state. The former Minister of Finance recently published a new book which detailed her experience as the Minister of Finance. In the book titled Fighting Corruption is Dangerous, Okonjo-Iweala said a Duke had urged her not to serve in President Goodluck Jonathan's government in 2011. Responding to this, Donald Duke debunked her claims. And our members of the Bring Back Our Girls BBOJ campaign group have called for the removal of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Ibrahim Idris. A co-convener of BBOG, Obi Ezekwesili, made the demand on behalf of the group during a protest in Abuja. She accused the police authorities of deploying armed police personnel in the area to disperse citizens who were calling for democratic accountability. According to her, the police officials came with canisters of tear gas and other materials that could become harmful to the human body. The BBOG co-convener also alleged that police used the materials to disperse members of the group whom she insisted were carrying out their constitutional responsibility. 5 people have been confirmed dead as armed robbers attacked Bena, a town in Dako Wazaguk local government area of Kebbi State. The State Commissioner of Police, Kabiru Ibrahim, who discussed this to journalists, said 11 of the bandits, 10 of whom are Zamfara indigents, and 1 from Kebbi have been arrested. He also said the bandits invaded the Kebbi town to carry out the attack on border villages at Bena district 2 days after they attacked Kaboro, a village bordering Kebbi and Zamfara states. Ibrahim also said that the command has deployed police mobile force, SARS, Safer Highway Patrol teams, and a surveillance team to the affected areas to checkmate the activities of armed robbers. 6th Division of Nigerian Army, Port Harcourt, has started its sporting week. The Interformation Sports Competition is set to test the physical, mental, and intellectual abilities of soldiers. A General Officer commanding GOC, the division, Major General Musa Yusuf, charged soldiers to imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship and compete with honor, which would help during combat operations.
The sport week is an important period in this formation's calendar. Conducted among other physical benefits, bring formation under the deep together to compete and showcase their level of endurance, physical fitness, and also identify sportsmen that will represent the deep at the Nigerian Army sports level coming up later in the year.
Highlighting the significance of the competition, Air Vice Marshal Okechukwu Untukoglu said the competition is aimed at improving the team spirit, endurance, and spirit of cooperation amongst troops.
Training is a hallmark of military profession. Hence, we must take it very seriously at all levels. I want to use this medium to encourage all participants to embrace the spirit of sportsmanship. Another is spirit of Olympic, which is participation. It's better than winning at all costs. Be fair, free from drugs, free from enhancing performance enhancer.
The Interformation Sports competition will include sports like football, volleyball, basketball, swimming, amongst others. A postgraduate student of the Department of Management and Accounting, Obafemi Awolowo University, Monica Osage, who accused Professor Richard Akindele of demanding sex from her to upgrade her mark, has appeared before the committee set up by the university to investigate this scandal. The committee members met with Osage and another lecturer whom the female student claimed she reported the matter to for his intervention at the Pro-Chancellor's Lodge on the campus. Osage came into public notice after a telephone conversation which was leaked on the internet, during which the lecturer demanded sex before he would upgrade her mark from 33 to a pass mark of 40. If you've just joined us watching Superscreen News at 5, beg your pardon, or we'll take a short break now, and when we return, we'll bring you business news. To stay.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice. at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family. You are affecting my village. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Say each shop got 4 million naira, which I don't have the money, so I have to leave. If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it. The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now, still talking the news. In business, report says the World Bank, through the FADAMA Third Additional Financing AFII program, will disperse 8.6 billion naira to 5,916 youths across the country in the Graduate Unemployment Youth Support Scheme, FADAMA GUISE. The chairman of FADAMA GUISE Implementation Committee, Kwaji Daguro, who discussed this in Abuja, said the program targets 5,916 youths in 23 states to improve the country's agricultural production. He also said the involvement of youths in the agricultural program would contribute significantly to the country's efforts to achieve food security and boost capacity building as well as employment opportunities. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has generated a total of 1.17 trillion naira in the first quarter of the year from the collection of various taxes. According to a letter written by the Executive Chairman of the FIRS, Tunde Fowler, to the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, the amount realized in the first quarter of the 2018 is 393.39 billion naira, which is more than what was generated in the first 3 months of 2017. The breakdown of the revenue collection shows that petroleum profit tax collection rose by 91% from 338.29 billion naira in the first quarter of 2017 to 644.76 billion naira in the first 3 months of this year, while companies' income tax grew by 30% from 155.57 billion naira to 202.16 billion naira in the period under review. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, says the federal government has not done enough in the area of maintenance of infrastructure across the country. The minister discussed this while receiving a award of recognition from the Association of Indigenous Construction Contractors of Nigeria. The minister, in a statement issued by his special advisor on communications, Hakim Bello, said that another area where massive scope existed for partnership is in the maintenance sector, adding that the ministry is already working on setting up an infrastructure maintenance framework. Kano State government has approved 88.9 million naira for the payment of annual salary increment for 8 civil servants. The head of service, Mohammed Awad Naiya, who disclosed this, said the money would be paid in April. He pointed out that in spite of the current economic situation in the country, the state government is paying 9.2 billion naira as wage bill monthly without delay. The head of service also advised the new Nigerian Institute of Management officials to embark on massive sensitization campaign and advocacy visit to MDAs on the activities and benefit derivable from partnership with the institutes. If you've just joined us watching Superscreen News at 5, we'll take another short break here, and when we return, we'll bring you news from foreign scene and then sports. So, join us again.